pounded yam. Traditions define our culture. Our culture defines our livelihood. Our livelihood defines our wealth. Our wealth, Africa, my wealth. Our traditional grains and legumes. Like our forefathers used to conserve. If it was good to them,
it's good to me.
If it was bad to them,
it's bad to me.
It was good to grandma,
it's good to me.
It was good to grandpa,
it's good to me.
If it was bad to grandma,
it's bad to me.
And if it was bad to grandpa,
it's bad to me.
That's why I'm saying, I say bring back, Africa say bring back, this SME bring back, Rastaman bring back, slogan bring back, Ian San don't forget the finger relay. No pest go touch it, no disease go get it. And it is resistant to drought.
Indigenous, our life.
So nice, so tasty.
Our culture.
Say no, say no. Say no, say no, say no to toxic pesticide affecting our body. Say no, say no, say no. While it's bad in Europe, still exported to Africa. Say no, say no. Resist multinationals pushing for adoption of GMOs. My people, take me back to Africa. It's been a very long time. I want to see my people. Let us go to Ghana and eat jollof made from our African rice. Let us go to Kenya and eat jahe, our true African seed. Take me to Ivory Coast, the land of Acheke. I want to reach Abyssinia. There is no life without injera, made from our African taste. Uganda,
Yes, Sebo.
Iwanis Katogo, with local groundnuts, Usuma Bwabule. So nice, so nice. Traditions define our culture. Our culture defines our livelihood. Our livelihood defines our wealth. Our wealth, Africa, my wealth. A traditional grains and legumes. Like our forefathers used to conserve. If it was good to them,
It's good to me.
if it was bad to them,
It's bad to me.
it was good to grandma,
It's good to me.
it was good to grandpa.
It's good to me.
If it was bad to grandma,
It's bad to me.
and if it was bad to grandpa,
It's bad to me.
that's why I'm saying, hey, bring back the African.
You are our culture, our life, our food, our medicine. Indigenous. The African sea. Hey, our culture.
Bring back, I say bring back. Africa said bring back the sesame, bring back. Rastaman bring back, slogan bring back. Ian Sand, don't forget the finger village. No pest go touch it, no disease go get it. And it is resistant to drought. So nice, so tasty. Say no, say no, say no, say no, say no to toxic pesticide affecting our bodies. Say no, say no, say no. While it's bad in Europe, still exported to Africa. Say no, say no. Resist multinationals pushing for adoption of GMOs. My people, take me back to Africa. It's been a very long time. I want to see my people. Let us go to Ghana and eat jollof made from our African rice. Let us go to Kenya and eat jahe, our true African seed. Take me to Ivory Coast, the land of Acheke. I want to reach Abyssinia. There is no life without injera, made from our African taste. Uganda,
Yes, Sebo.
Iwanis Katogo, with local groundnuts, Usuma Bwabule. So nice, so nice.
Indigenous.
Whoa, whoa. Hey, let us go to Nigeria. Hey, and take pepper soup and pounded yam. traditions define our culture. Our culture defines our livelihood. Our livelihood defines our wealth. Our wealth, Africa, my wealth. Our traditional grains and legumes. Like our forefathers used to conserve. If it was good to them,
It's good to me.
if it was bad to them,
It's bad to me.
it was good to grandma,
It's good to me.
it was good to grandpa.
It's good to me.
If it was bad to grandma,
It's bad to me.
and if it was bad to grandpa,
It's bad to me.
that's why I'm saying, hey, bring back the African.
You are our culture, our life, our food, our medicine. Indigenous. The African sea. Our culture.
Bring back, I say bring back. Africa said bring back this SMA, bring back. Rastaman bring back, slogan bring back. Ian and don't forget the finger relay. No pest go touch it, no disease go get it. And it is resistant to drought. So nice, so tasty. Say no, say no, say no, say no, say no to toxic pesticide affecting our body. Say no, say no, say no. While it's bad in Europe, still exported to Africa. Say no, say no. Resist multinationals pushing for adoption of GMOs. My people, take me back to Africa. It's been a very long time. I want to see my people. Let us go to Ghana and eat jollof made from our African rice. Let us go to Kenya and eat jahe, our true African seed. Take me to Ivory Coast, the land of Acheke. I want to reach Abyssinia. There is no life without injera, made from our African teff. Uganda,
Yes, Civil.
Iwanese Katogo, with local groundnuts, Usuma Bwabule. So nice, so nice.
Indigenous.
Whoa, whoa. Hey, let us go to Nigeria. Our culture defines our livelihood. Our livelihood defines our wealth. Our wealth, Africa, my wealth. Our traditional grains and legumes. Like our forefathers used to conserve. If it was good to them,
It's good to me.
if it was bad to them,
It's bad to me.
it was good to grandma,
It's good to me.
it was good to grandpa.
It's good to me.
If it was bad to grandma,
It's bad to me.
and if it was bad to grandpa,
It's bad to me.
that's why I'm saying, hey, bring back the African.
You are our culture, our life, our food, our medicine. Indigenous. The African sea. Hey, our culture.
Bring back, I say bring back. Africa said bring back the sesame, bring back. Rastaman bring back, slogan bring back. Ian and don't forget the finger No pest go touch it, no disease go get it. And it is resistant to drought. So nice, so tasty. Say no, say no, say no, say no, say no to toxic pesticide affecting our bodies. Say no, say no, say no. While it's bad in Europe, still exported to Africa. Say no, say no. Resist multinationals pushing for adoption of GMOs. My people, take me back to Africa. It's been a very long time. I want to see my people. Let us go to Ghana and eat jollof made from our African rice. Let us go to Kenya and eat jahe, our true African seed. Take me to Ivory Coast, the land of Acheke. I want to reach Abyssinia. There is no life without injera, made from our African teff. Uganda,
Yes, Civil.
Highway Katogo, with local groundnuts, Usuma Bwabule. So nice, so nice.
Indigenous.
Whoa, whoa.
African sea.
Hey,
Our culture.
let us go to Nigeria.
Indigenous.
Hey,
Our life.
and take pepper soup and pounded yam. traditions defines our culture. Our culture defines our livelihood. Our livelihood defines our wealth. Our wealth, Africa, my wealth. A traditional grains and legumes. Like our forefathers used to conserve. If it was good to them,
It's good to me.
if it was bad to them,
It's bad to me.
it was good to grandma.
It's good to me.
Check, check. Chill, chill.
It was good to grandpa.
It's good to me.
If it was bad to grandma.
It's bad to me.
And if it was bad to grandpa.
It's bad to me.
That's why I'm saying, hey,
Our life.
bring back the African.
You are our culture, our life, our food, our medicine. Indigenous. Indigenous. The African sea. Hey, our culture. Our culture.
Bring back, I say bring back. Africa said bring back the sesame, bring back Rastaman, bring back slogan, bring back the yams and don't forget the finger
Africa.
No pest go touch, no disease go get it,
Our culture.
and it is resistant to drought.
Indigenous. Indigenous. Our life.
So nice, so tasty.
Our culture. Oh, hey.
Say no, say no, say no, say no, say no to toxic pesticide affecting our bodies. Say no, say no, say no. While it's bad in Europe, still exported to Africa. Say no, say no. Resist multinationals pushing for adoption of GMOs. My people, take me back to Africa. It's been a very long time. I want to see my people. Let us go to Ghana and eat jollof. made from our African rice. Let us go to Kenya and eat jahe, our true African seed. Take me to Ivory Coast, the land of Acheke. I want to reach Abyssinia. There is no life without injera, made from our African taste. Uganda,
Yes, Sebo.
Iwainis Katogo, with local groundnuts, Usuma Bwabule. So nice, so nice.
Indigenous.
Whoa, whoa. Let us go to Nigeria. Hey, and take pepper soup and pounded yam. Traditions define our culture. Our culture defines our livelihood. Our livelihood defines our wealth. Our wealth, Africa, my wealth. Our traditional grains and legumes. Like our forefathers used to conserve. If it was good to them,
It's good to me.
if it was bad to them,
It's bad to me.
it was good to grandma,
It's good to me.
it was good to grandpa.
It's good to me.
If it was bad to grandma,
It's bad to me.
and if it was bad to grandpa,
It's bad to me.
that's why I'm saying, hey,
Our life.
bring back the African.
You are our culture, our life, our food, our medicine. Indigenous. Indigenous. The African sea. Hey, our culture.
Bring back, I say bring back. Africa said bring back the sesame, bring back Rastaman, bring back slogan, bring back Ian and don't forget the finger relay. No pest go touch it, no disease go get it,
Our culture.
and it is resistant to drought.
Indigenous. Indigenous. Our life.
So nice, so tasty.
African sea. Our culture.
Say no, say no, say no, say no, say no to toxic pesticide affecting our body. Say no, say no, say no. While it's bad in Europe, still exported to Africa. Say no, say no. Resist multinationals pushing for adoption of GMOs. My people, take me back to Africa. It's been a very long time. I want to see my people. Let us go to Ghana and eat jollof made from our African rice. Let us go to Kenya and eat jahe, our true African seed. Take me to Ivory Coast, the land of Acheke. I want to reach Abyssinia. There is no life without injera made from our African teff. Uganda,
Yes, Sebo.
Iwanis Katogo, with local groundnuts, Usuma Bwabule. So nice, so nice.
Indigenous.
Whoa, whoa.
African sea.
Hey,
Our culture.
let us go to Nigeria.
Indigenous sea.
Hey, hey,
Our life.
and take pepper soup and pounded yam.
African sea. You are your culture.
Traditions define our culture. Our culture defines our livelihood. Our livelihood defines our wealth. Our wealth, Africa, my wealth. A traditional grains and legumes. Like our forefathers used to conserve. If it was good to them,
It's good to me.
if it was bad to them,
It's bad to me.
it was good to grandma,
It's good to me.
it was good to grandpa.
It's good to me.
If it was bad to grandma,
It's bad to me.
and if it was bad to grandpa,
It's bad to me.
that's why I'm saying, hey,
Our life.
bring back the African.
You are our culture, our life, our food, our medicine. Indigenous sea. Indigenous sea. The African sea. Hey, our culture. Our culture.
Bring back, I say bring back. Africa said bring back the sesame, bring back Rastaman, bring back slogan, bring back Ian Sand, don't forget the finger relay. No pest go touch, no disease go get it,
Our culture.
and it is restricted.
Can see our culture.
Say no, say no.
It's good to me.
It was good to grandma.
It's good to me.
It was good to grandpa.
It's good to me.
If it was bad to grandma,
It's bad to me.
and if it was bad to grandpa,
It's bad to me.
that's why I'm saying, hey,
Our life.
bring back the African.
You are our culture, our life, our food, our medicine. Indigenous. Indigenous. The African sea. Hey, our culture.
Bring back, I say bring back. Africa said bring back, this is a myth, bring back. Rastaman bring back, slogan bring back. Ian San don't forget the finger relay. No pest go touch it, no disease go get it.
Our culture.
And it is resistant to drought.
Indigenous. Indigenous. Our life.
So nice, so tasty.
African sea. Our culture.
Say no, say no, no to toxic pesticide affecting our bodies. Say no, say no, say no. While it's bad in Europe, still exported to Africa. Say no, say no. Resist multinationals pushing for adoption of GMOs. My people, take me back to Africa. It's been a very long time. I want to see my people. Let us go to Ghana and eat jollof made from our African rice. Let us go to Kenya and eat jahe, our true African seed. Take me to Ivory Coast, the land of Acheke. I want to reach Abyssinia. There is no life without injera, made from our African teff. Uganda,
Yes, Sebo.
I miss Katogo, with local groundnuts, Usuma Bwabule. So nice, so nice.
Indigenous. Oh,
Whoa, whoa.
African sea.
Hey,
Our culture.
let us go to Nigeria.
Indigenous.
Hey, hey,
Our life.
and take pepper soup and pounded yam.
African sea. You are your culture. Oh,
Our traditions define our culture. Our culture defines our livelihood. Our livelihood defines our wealth. Our wealth, Africa, my wealth. Our traditional grains and legumes.
Let's conserve.
Like our forefathers used to conserve. If it was good to them,
It's good to me.
if it was bad to them,
It's bad to me.
it was good to grandma,
It's good to me.
it was good to grandpa.
It's good to me.
If it was bad to grandma,
It's bad to me.
and if it was bad to grandpa,
It's bad to me.
that's why I'm saying, hey,
Our life.
bring back the African.
You are our culture, our life, our food, our medicine. Indigenous, Indigenous, the African sea. Hey, our culture.
Bring back.
Tulikuwa nataka kushika sauti nzuri ya hii nyimbo zetu kwa ile control iko pale juu, ndio nimeleta hii vitu kwa hii.
inatosha. Muziki ya polepole wakuliliwaza tu. Ayawe kiatu kikikufinya usivumilie. I just want to be free. Oh yeah. Asanteni sana. Asante sana. Our able dancer. God bless you. That was awesome. You can do better than that. Appreciate it. Yeah. Thank you so much. That is our newest acquired of Kayamba. You need to be one? Join us on stage in the next song. Julieta. Uliniacha kuwa mimi sijui kizungu. Uliniacha kuwa mimi sijui kizungu. Ukampata mwalimu wa kizungu. Ukampata mwalimu wa kizungu. Julieta, Julieta, uko wapi? Julieta, Julieta, uko wapi? Yule mwalimu kakufukuza tabia yako mbaya. Yule mwalimu kakufukuza tabia yako mbaya. Tabia mbaya. Julieta, Julieta, uko wapi? Julieta Majanga. Julieta, Julieta, uko wapi? Tulimwona Lumakanda. Leo tunasikia ako Eldoret. Amekata tiketi ya kwenda Vihiga. Julieta. Asanteni sana, we'll be back.
Asante sana. Can we give it a
tukishakutana last year. Kama mmeonana for the first time today, mwambie Happy New Year. Ama Merry Christmas. Yeah, we were here last year and we thank God that ametufikisha tena. We are here back again for the second Indigenous Seeds and Food Culture Harvest Fair. We want to start off the program by doing the national anthem, and then we shall have prayers conducted by our very own Dr. Ferris Kariuki, by atakuwa ni moderator for the first session, and then we go forward in that. So I propose that we all stand up for the national anthem, and then Kayamba, please. Tusimame kwa ajili ya wimbo wetu wa taifa. DJ, when you're ready, please. For that prayerful moment. Welcome to the second Indigenous Seeds and Foods Culture Harvest Fair that is being done for the second year now running here at National Museums of Kenya. Now, to start us off, the moderator for our first session will be Dr. Mr. Peris Kariuki from the National Museums of Kenya. And then we shall have some panelists in front here. Maybe Dr. can lead us about it.
Good morning again. Habari. Mko salama? Sawa basi, mkiwa salama mnipigie mkono. Asanteni. I want to kindly request that we come to the front so that we give one another warmth, and so that we know who came later. If you can, please come to the front so that we don't have so many empty seats. And even as the chair of the organizing committee comes, I want to welcome you to the second Indigenous Seeds and Food Culture Harvest Fair event that is themed celebrating food and seed sovereignty in Kenya, redefining and protecting our foods and farming systems while nourishing our health and sustaining our future. Yes, so I want to request the following people to come and sit at the front. Mr. John Kariuki from Slow Food Kenya, Madam Gloria Otieno, Madam Rosina Benya, and Dr. Sarah Orebo, and the representative from Seed Savers Network. And as they do so, I want to repeat the theme of our second Indigenous Seed and Culture Harvest Fair. And we've said that the theme is celebrating food and seed sovereignty in Kenya, reclaiming and protecting our food and farming systems while nourishing our health and sustaining our future. I want to thank you all for coming, and I also want to request Daktari to join them, Dr. Nyamongo. Yes, so we want to go on with our program. We apologize that we have been delayed a bit, but I think we are still on time. Where I come from, we say that the work is in the hands, so you don't check at what time somebody has come, the work will be done. So I now want to briefly invite Madam Ann Maina, who is the chair of the organizing committee and the CEO of BIBA Kenya, to come and give us the purpose and objectives of the second Indigenous Seeds and Food Culture Harvest Fair. So, Madam Ann Maina, you are welcome.
Thank you very much, Dr. Kariuki. Can you please clap for her? I must admit that I took over this noble task from Dr. Kariuki. I thought it was easy, but I have received some baptism of fire. But I want to thank her for being such a mentor and helping me to manage to chair this second Indigenous Seed and Food Culture Harvest Fair. As has been mentioned, this is the second year we are running this, and we are very happy to be here. One of the reasons that we decided to start this, and we sit in one intersectoral forum that's called the Intersectoral Forum on Agrobiodiversity and Agroecology, and the idea to start a seed and food culture harvest fair was born there. And we thought, why not the museum? Because it is holding a lot of our heritage, and we really appreciate the support that we've received from the National Museums of Kenya. The main purpose is the issues that we are seeing about the agrobiodiversity loss, the challenges we're having on climate change, the challenges we are having and issues that are coming in. We have digital agriculture. We have some of the controversial, for example, genetic engineering. And we wanted people to have a forum to have these discussions and look at ways to conserve our biodiversity. And so some of the objectives that we want to achieve by holding this two-day seed and food culture harvest is to celebrate our indigenous food and cultural heritage and strengthen the agents for local cultural heritage and increase our awareness on seed diversity. And we hope as you join the discussions and go to the exhibitions and the cooking competition, the poster presentation, you'll be able to achieve this. We also are very keen to promote agroecology through women empowerment, and of course including people living with disabilities and some of the marginalized groups like the youth and the women, and of course promote the intergenerational learning from the young to the older generation, because without that we will lose our diversity. Kenya just a few decades ago was almost food sufficient, but now we rely a lot on imports because we are not focusing on our local varieties and supporting them. We also want to provide a networking opportunity or platform for stakeholders to empower farmers and other value chain actors to be able to experience issues of food and seed diversity and interact so that we can have a better opportunity in Kenya to preserve and diversify our foods. And so once again, without going too much deeply into all our activities, is to welcome you all and ask that we'll be having, today is the International Day of the African Child, or the girl child, and we are very grateful that we'll be having also a session for the Africa women in agroecology, the mentors and the mentees, to celebrate the girl child. And so karibuni sana, and thank you very much.
We acknowledge you kindly, all members who have been involved in planning this event from the various partner organizations. Kindly stand up so that we acknowledge you, and I want to request that we give them a hand clap. Yes, from the back of your program, you can see the logos of the various partners who have participated in either planning or organizing. And we also want to appreciate the support of the media and other support organizations that have been with us, and maybe we've not put their logos. So thank you very much. And now I want us to just have a short time. I want to give members of the organizing committee an opportunity to give remarks. And I will request that we start with Mr. John Karaoke, followed by Dr. Gloria Otieno, and then we will have Rivers Network, and then Madam Rosina Benya, in that order, and Dr. Sarah Orembo will also talk, and then finally we will have Dr. Nyamongo. Thank you. In that order, so as to save time.
Good morning, everyone. Let's appreciate Dr. Peris for the good work. So my name is Elfas Masanga. I'm here on behalf of John Karaoke, who's our country coordinator at Slow Food Kenya. And unfortunately, he's not in the country, so I'm here to represent him. Otherwise, I take this opportunity to welcome you all in this second Indigenous and Food Fair. Of course, we are here to learn, to network. To our partners, we really appreciate for your support. To our farmers who have traveled all the way from different parts of the country, we have seen what you have brought in, and we are here to learn. So to all people that we are here, make sure you learn something. And out of this, make sure that you are able to carry some seeds, exchange some seeds, so that when you go back home, at least you'll be having something to appreciate from this seed fair. And also I want to take this opportunity to appreciate our able chair, Madam Ann Maina. I know we have had a lot of meetings to plan this, so.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Dr. Gloria Otieno. I'm from the Alliance of Biodiversity International and SEAT. I'm a genetic resources policy specialist. which means I welcome all of you to this event. I'm very happy to be part of this, the organizing committee, and I would like to thank the National Museums of Kenya, together with other partners, BIBA and Pelham, for putting this together to enable us to showcase sorghum. I've seen cassava. I've seen lots of indigenous foods that have been forgotten. And we are now drumming up support that these are the foods of the future. Why are they foods of the future? Because they are resilient, they are able to adapt to climate change. They are foods of the future because they contribute a lot to the health and well-being of the society. They are also foods of the future because they can be produced sustainably in a manner that is taking care of our environment. So I would like us to join, to really visit those booths and also to network, to be able to network with each other. We have plans together with CALRO under a benefit sharing funded project from the FAO to come up with a national level seed banks platform to bring together all the organizations, the farmers, the community-based organizations, and the seed banks that are conserving genetic resources, to bring them up together in a national platform, and also to have a regional level platform, because these activities are going on in Kenya, in Uganda, and Tanzania. So hopefully, and in the future, we can be able to organize a regional food and seed fair that brings together farmers from Tanzania, from Uganda, from Kenya, from Ethiopia, from Congo, and so on, to be able to support these farmers to continue their conservation, but also to give recognition to put these foods and these seeds where they belong, up there at the level. It's not only about maize, we must also recognize the other foods. And finally, I would also like to also thank the hosts, the National Museums of Kenya, and I would also like to request them to engage with more farmers at the ground level, and even to disseminate this so that in future we can hold them in the counties. I would have wished to bring more farmers here, but because of logistical reasons, we would like to see this being held in the counties so that you can also be able to visit our seed banks. Thank you very much.
So, good morning. I'm Dominic from Seed Savers Network, on behalf of our director who wasn't able to join us, but I'm happy to be in this forum. And I think yesterday was also Utamaduni Day, where we were celebrating our culture, and today, for the next 2 days, we'll be having this seed fair, and next week we're having the National World Food Day. So it seems we are doing good in terms of our messaging, in terms of issues to do with food, issues to do with seeds. And I would like to, on this, to recognize women that from Seed Savers who are in the room, farmers, being their day, because they have been very active in terms of saving seeds, and they are also custodians in terms of the diversity we have. So kindly, where you are farmers, you can raise your hands. Tuwapigie makofi. Also in our midst, I would like to recognize Madam Natalia from CIMIT. She's seated there. And I would like to request everyone to visit our stand where we have nixtamalization, which is alkaline cooking, because together with CIMIT, we are trying to see which are these local solutions to minimize levels of aflatoxin. Because you understand, when we talk about maize, when they are not stored properly, there are issues to do with contamination. And we have local-based solutions in terms of how you can minimize the aflatoxin. And also in terms of improving on your nutrition, the process will help a lot. So we are very happy as an organization to be part of the committee, and thank NMK and also our able chair, Madam Anne, for giving us the opportunity, and also all of you for being here. And we hope moving forward, in terms of the issues that you are addressing, we understand we have issues to do with seeds. We are not creating stories. They are really issues that are affecting our farmers. Yesterday in the evening, a lady from Kambazi sent me pictures of wonderful or colorful maize with the red colors, purple, white, yellow, all those colors. And I posted that in our WhatsApp group. And there was a lot of interest from people who are looking for the seeds to buy. So it shows that what we are addressing, even in this particular occasion, there are pertinent issues that exist in our communities in terms of issues to do with seed access. Farmers are not able to obtain quality seeds. They're not able to obtain what they are looking for. And this is an opportunity through this committee or the stakeholders that are here just to get some contacts and some leads in terms of where you can source those materials. So it's an opportunity, and I hope outside there in terms of even the stakeholders, the government will support what we are doing here, because it's very critical in terms of ensuring that we diversify. And I usually say that the time that as a country we shift away from eating maize, then we'll be talking about being food secure. And I think this is an opportunity to ensure that we have seeds and diversity that we can plant in our farms. Thank you so much.
Good morning. All protocols observed. Allow me to say jambo. Yeah, I want to welcome you to this second seed fair. And as we celebrate this seed fair, it reminds me of last year, where Pelham Kenya took an active role in this seed fair. And maybe before I proceed, I'm Rosina Mbenya. I'm country coordinator for Pelham Kenya Network. Pelham Kenya is a network of civil society organizations, majorly CBOs, faith-based organizations, and even NGOs who are working with the farmers, smallholder farmers, and the pastoralists to promote agroecological principles. I remember last year when we had the first seed fair, and for me it shows me the power of all of us coming together, because as Anne explained, this is a journey from the Intersectoral Forum of Agroecology that started around 2020 thereabout. And when we came up with this ISFA, we have the more thematic group where Pelham Kenya was by then chairing, and later we handed over that TWG to BIBA. And this is the culmination of the ISFA work. So I see a great role that the social movements have in also bringing us together, thinking around issues around food, around our heritage, around our culture. And today in the morning when I came, I was at the tents, and I saw a lot of knowledge that was going on, a lot of new ideas, a lot of empowered farmers, and I saw the role the seeds that are playing in our lives. Healthy food, giving us our culture, protecting our heritage as a country. And I remember of the Swahili saying that, mwacha mila ni? Yeah, so this is a critical moment of us as a country, and we all need to play a part. Even if you are a youth, even if you are a woman, even if you are a policy maker, you are a media person, you are a research person, we all have a critical role to play in ensuring that we protect the seeds that we have. And our farmers, who we have already applauded through the Seed Savers Network, we need to continue to applaud them, to encourage them. Farmers in this country, they are the ones feeding us. They are feeding the nation, because they form over 80% of the farmers in this country, and they have been saving their seeds, they have been protecting the seeds that we are talking about, and they have diverse and intense knowledge about these seeds. Today I just saw a very black explain to me how this seed can even make a juice, and a very good seed, and a lot of also knowledge on various medicinal purposes in the various seeds and other plants. So we need to continue upholding these farmers. We need to network. Let us this be an opportunity to see the potential this country has in ensuring that we have food sovereignty. And Pelam Kenya is part of the AFSA network, which is the African Food Sovereignty Alliance, which is now having a campaign on My Food is African. So it reminds me that my food is Kenyan, my food is whichever community I come from. And many years from now, I would like to see if I go to Central Kenya and I'm invited to those rural shows you invite us, I want to see Mukimo there. If I go to Western Kenya, I want to see what? Those indigenous vegetables, I want to see those indigenous foods. Those are the foods that we recognize as a country. So let us all protect them. And before I forget, the African women, I wish you a happy Girl Child Day. We were all girls. We are still girls. So even as we celebrate the African Day for women, let us also appreciate the key role of women that they play in ensuring you have food in the table, ensuring that those seeds are protected. Actually, we usually say the women are the custodians of seed. I remember last year we had a very good presentation from ABN where Dr. Fasil has done a very extensive study on the women's role in being custodians of the seed, and I've seen it even in my community. So let us applaud these women. Let us also encourage the youth. I've been trying to check how many youth, just from my own analysis, how many youth are here. Let us not forget the youth, because if we forget the youth, then we shall have a generation gap, because the youth, they need to know this seed, how to preserve it, what is the purpose, how can I preserve, I mean, they have to be part of the discussion, and let us not have that generational gap. So before I sit, I want also to applaud the great work that Biba Kenya and the NMK, they have done in leading this seed fair. They have really done a good job, and I appreciate them together with the other planning committee members. So thank you so much, and I wish you a good day. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, moderator, Dr. Paris, and also the good hosting facility that we have here at the National Museums. First of all, of course, I don't want to go through the protocol, it's all observed. We have appreciated the people that, the organizing committee that is here, of whom I'm a member, and the audience, especially the women folk that have come to attend this. We want to applaud you very, very much. And the fact that we all can be able to have a place that we call home, that is really very, very important. My name is Dr. Sarah Olembo, and I sit here in the capacity of the Ecological Organic Agricultural Initiative on this committee, an initiative that really I started, in 2008. You remember the drought in the Horn of Africa, which was really very, very bad. At that time, I was still working for the African Union, and we got a group of people, FAO and among others, that came together to see how to support, the African continent. Because at that time, that's when people are going around begging for food, and there was a lot of assistance. The Red Cross was all over. And so that meeting in Addis Ababa in 2008 was the starting point to give the African continent an enabling environment through which agroecology could be addressed along with the other agricultural practices that were going on at that time. And so we are doing something that is blessed by our heads of states at the African Union through this 2011 decision. And when they made this decision, they also recognized that to have food, you needed seeds. The seed aspect did not come through very quickly. But right now, we have a farmer-managed seed systems cluster, which is also covered by the African Union. We should soon be meeting again to do the fourth time as a General Assembly for the farmer-managed seed systems. And why I'm bringing this forward is that we have talked about the enabling environment and the policies. Policies are enacted by governments, and they are the ones who are to give us the enabling environment in which to do our work. So what I'm trying to emphasize is that the heads of states, is it mine? already done that. And so we are in a good space, and we can do all that pertains to this agreement by the heads of states. To be able to do that meeting was not very easy, because at that time, of course, many donors were in the AU creating CADIB at that time. Yes, we have the Malabo Declaration that says that some money, 6% of all GDP within the country should be put into agriculture. But how many countries were doing that? So many funders and donors came in to create CADIB, and it wasn't very farmer friendly. That was much more friendly to the agribusiness people, and this ecology decision, when it came in, now it came in to favor farmers. To do that also, it was not an easy feat. We had people that were leaders in their capacities, and at this stage I want to remember and give a tribute to Dr. Professor Tewolde, who was an Ethiopian who owned the SID. He came with money, his own money from SID, and collected many other donors, including the Third World Network, who came and did this forum within the AU. We did not put any money from the African Union into that meeting. Tewolde did it all. And so even as we remember him, he died in March this year, he was a great person, and I call him the father of agroecology in Africa. I want also to pay tribute to M.S. Swaminathan, who died very recently from India. He was the first Director General of the Indian Agricultural Research Institute, where I did my master's, went on to become the Director General of the International Research Institute in Manila, Philippines, and later on created what we call the Swaminathan Foundation, which is located in Hyderabad, India, and from there, many of us have gone there to see what he's doing, because that program is very women, vulnerables, and the poor people friendly. It's a research center where people go and learn what to do. Swaminathan, yes, is associated with the green belt, no, not the green belt, but the green what do you call it? What do you call it? Eh? Yes, the green revolution, of India. It was in Indian agriculture, and he's the one who created that so that people can measure into grains and be able to feed themselves rather than going outside. We have to respect him on that one. On the green movement, which I've also noted, our own Wangari Maathai, we have to honor her, because she has also got an institute here where people can go and do their research in issues of climate change and environment. And I honor Wangari Maathai because she was so bold at the time when politics in this country were very, very hot. And at one time, of course, she was told, shut up, because she was a woman, that behave well and listen to men. What is that? When it is the women who are actually feeding. Yeah. She was told that, to behave like a woman and listen to men. And Wangari Maathai didn't give up. She later on came to get an award in 2014, I believe, 2004. She was called the hummingbird of nature, because she said that if all of us can do the little bit that we can do to be able to do things right, then we would have contributed. She also said, I gave a famous quote that says that you cannot enslave a mind that knows and understands itself and what to do. So we all now understand what to do, and we should do the things that are right to be done. Talking of nature, I want Venta to recognize Venta here. She has written a book that is so thought-provoking. It is called What Venta Said, You Say Yourself. And that book, every one of you should read it. Because when you read it, you understand what is happening not only to the environment, to families, to the communities, and everybody else. I read it and it's like I don't want to finish. I think she has got some of the books here, and if I were you, I would not go out without buying that book. Venta, what is the title of that book? Yes, let me just, read the title. Please don't go without buying this book. It says, The Silent Call of the Wilderness. We are in a wilderness of a sort, because we have allowed our agriculture to be taken away from our hands when we are looking ourselves. And here is an opportunity that we have been given through this heads of states decision to be able to bring back what we lost. I know it is very difficult, but we can try. And women, you have a very big role to play in that capacity to bring back to the table the foods that we want to eat. Because if we see our children, what are we feeding them? It is chips, it is pizzas, it's what you call it, hamburgers and all that. You don't know that devils are in those hamburgers that the children are eating, because they could not be behaving the way they are doing if they were eating the food that we need them to eat. And so the women will still have a role, and I'm glad that this thing has come up, that we can be able to bring back the woman and give her the role that she plays and plays really very well. At this juncture, I don't want to go too long in making a lecture, but I want to appreciate Rosina, the Pelham team, and all those, Awola team, that Nancy Rapando, and all the others that are now building young ladies to get into that space and talk policy issues that need to bring back the environment. And so we have a future through Pelham, and I give that responsibility to Rosina to do that. Anne Minor is also a force that you cannot understand. She talks like she's playing, but the messages that come out of her mouth, Anne Minor, I really appreciate you so much. Thank you very much to Carlo. I see Wasilwa, my friend, you are there. Yes, you've done a great job. Continue to collect those seeds. I planted some in my garden, and you know that I got segregation, about 7 types of seeds that I got from one seed. And that's what we need to do. So we are collecting many more, and my call to this is that let us share. Our seeds that are within the farmers' hands were never for sale. We used to share, and that's how they cut across. Yes, the other day we were sharing, and we talked about the girl child, and the hurtful thing was how the girl child was looked as a commodity, sold for cows. You give away your girl, and then you get cows. Men, you are the ones who normally go and discuss the bride price. A woman is not even supposed to sit in that. You are the commodity being sold, but you have no say. But then we understood that that exchange of cows, ideally in the cultural ways, it was not that you are giving the cows away, you are spreading the diversity of the cows. When they go to another culture, that way. So I was very proud when Sally said that we have changed our mind last week. Sally, I really liked that. That we are not selling the girls, but you know that our ZEB is gone. The local cows, you can't see them. Now it is artificial insemination, but at that time the cows were there that were resistant to ticks and many others. So it's not just seeds for planting. We are talking about livestock. We are talking about fish. They are all going. But I do know that we have got energy enough to redeem what has been lost. I think I want to stop there. In the evening, we hope that you come and we celebrate the girl child. At this time, again, one was raped yesterday in Mombasa, which is a shame when we are celebrating our daughters, and yet others are being raped at the age of 12. So I want to say that at the AU level, we are covered, and we have got a team that is able. Gloria, thank you for meeting you for the first time. We have talked, and many others, the seed savers in Nakuru. I want to appreciate the team that we have worked with so much, and really appreciate all of you for coming. Let's have a beautiful day and a beautiful time together. But we all want you to come and celebrate your daughters and your girls tonight. Thank you very much.
Assalamu alaikum. Yeah, my name is Nyamongo Desterio. I work with the Kenya Agriculture and Livestock Research Organization. I'm based at the Genetic Resources Research Institute. Before I tell you the story that I've come to tell you, let me recognize the arrival of my Deputy Director General, Dr. McKean. Feel welcome. I also want to recognize the presence of my colleague and friend, Dr. Lusike Wasilwa. At Kalro, I think we can consider Dr. Lusike Wasilwa as the mother of indigenous seeds and the foods. I could be the father. Now, I want to tell you a story. In Kisi, wakati the grandpa is telling the grandchildren a story, anasema, and I would want the kisses in the room to respond, Muganongo Jande. Yes. Let the story come, and this is the story. I think I was around 13, 14 in the primary school, and we were being introduced to geography. And then Mom taught us, in one of the lessons, was speaking about the rivers, the oceans, the seas. And in the rivers, he said, there's what we call seasonal rivers. I couldn't comprehend. I come from Kisii, where that has remained God's bathroom. It rains every day, and if we miss rain for 1 week, then we have a very serious La Nina. So I had never witnessed a seasonal river. Wanted to find out from the teacher, during those times when there's no water in that river, where does that water go? I couldn't understand until when I was posted to Garissa in 1988. That was about 25, almost 20 years later. Then I started seeing valleys that did not have water, and I was told these are lagas. That's what they were calling them. Today, some of the permanent rivers in Kisii are seasonal. So if I was in standard 5 then, I couldn't have those difficulties. So those of us who are in doubt of climate change, you had better start believing. But if you have not believed, I want also to share a story with you that when I first visited Muguga, which is my current working station, I didn't know of any time that area was not drizzling throughout the year. When I was posted there in 1993, heaters were one of the line items in our budget, both for the offices and the rooms. Not anymore in Muguga. We don't need heaters. That is just a few years ago, less than 30 years. What am I trying to emphasize here? That climate change is real, and as I will be telling you later, it is largely because of man's actions. It's not an act of God. We have deliberately made sure that climate changes, and we will have to make deliberate decisions to ensure that we do not go distinct because of that climate change. I think researchers are now telling us that unless we do something before 2030, it might be too late to stop the weather conditions from getting worse, which will make the planet Earth unlivable. And therefore, I want to take this opportunity to applaud the champions of agroecology. I also want to thank my mother ministry for accommodating the views of civil society and partnering with both the private sector and other stakeholders in forming a platform where we are able to share ideas and work out modalities for ensuring that our biodiversity is conserved and we are able to live harmoniously with nature. Thank you.
acquaintances. Can we, those of you who know it, just one verse, and then we can honor them for what they have done for us. Because you just touched on a very important thing also. The seeds, water, and the air are elements of nature and which should not be controlled by anybody. They should be freely available to all of us because they are given to us by God. That is what creates an environment that we all can live in peacefully. So for those three that I've named, there are many others, but let's just say should all acquaintances. If you know it, just one verse. Should all acquaintance be forgotten days of old lang syne? Should all acquaintance be forgotten days of old lang syne? And days of old lang syne, my dear, and days of old lang syne, we make a cup of glad for old lang syne. 1 minute of silence for them. May God rest their souls in peace. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Dr. Sarah Orembo. She's our mentor in this organizing committee, and I like her spirit. And it's my prayer that we will all get to where she is, strong and willing to mentor and support. Thank you very much. So before I forget, there is a key stakeholder who brought us together some times back called ISFA, and I want to call Anthony to say something. Anthony, please come.
Thank you, Madam Dr. Paris. Good morning. All protocols observed. Thank you. My name is Anthony Kowiti. I work for Intersectoral Forum on Agrobiodiversity and Agroecology. That's ISFA. So ISFA is a multi-stakeholder platform that brings all the stakeholders from the Ministry of Agriculture, counties, because agriculture was devolved, that's county government, national government. We have the CSOs, like the PELAM, we have got BIBA, we have got Slow Food, Seed Savers. We are still together in that forum, and also the policymakers. Someone talk of enabling environment. We cannot sail without having policies and the strategies that can steer us to achieve our goal. We also have people from the academic institutions. Together, we developed different manuals so that we can foster in knowledge transfer. Also, we have got donor communities. Some of the success we are seeing here are some of the good work partners have given unto us, and I just want to appreciate them all. Before I finalize, I just want to say that ISFA works with 7 thematic working groups, and one of them is Biosafety, GMO, and Seed Sovereignty, headed by Madam Anne. That's why we are here. We also have another one called Law and Policy, headed by Ms. Rosina. We also have another one called National and International Engagement, WG, headed by Madam Venter. So we are in this team together. So lastly, ISFA is working on national agroecology strategy that will enhance mainstreaming agroecology. You cannot talk of seed when your soil is not good, because every living thing starts from the soil. So that's what we are trying to advocate now. We are trying also to work with different counties, like Muranga. They have got their agroecology policy, Kiambu, and many more. So if you are here, kindly let's work together. And how you can join ISFA, you can just go to the website How many have phones in here? Yes, just a minute. Yes, you just go to the Google isfa.ke. isfa.ke, you go to membership and you will become a member. So by that, we always have the thematic working group that I've mentioned, whereby we are having meetings. If it's policy, when it is policy or with this issue of seeds, we come together so that we can have a common goal of building the biodiversity, because that is one of the problem, loss of biodiversity as one of the challenge facing food system in Kenya. And also climate change, food insecurity. Together, when we come together, we can make everything well for prosperity of our nation. Thank you so much, and enjoy your day. Thank you.
A good clap for Anthony. Thank you very much. And as I welcome the Deputy Director Crops, Kenya Agriculture Livestock Research Organization, to come and just greet us, because he has joined us, because they have joined us. I want to just briefly mention that this is we are celebrating food and seed sovereignty in Kenya, reclaiming and protecting our food and farming systems while nourishing our health and sustaining our future. And I know we are here as many stakeholders, and I want to recognize the presence of the media. If you are from the media fraternity, please raise up your hand so that we acknowledge your presence. The media, yeah, so let us give them a clap. Then we have the farmers. We have the farmers and community groups. For those who are present, please stand up so that we acknowledge you. I know most of them are out there waiting for us. Yes, a bigger clap for them. Those are the custodians of our seed and our food. We also have the researchers, scientists from either government or from other research organizations. And I want to request that they stand up so that we acknowledge their presence, participation, and importance. Tafadhali, all the researchers. Thank you all, and I am seeing some that did not raise up their hands and they did not stand, and we will request them to have a special standing. Yeah, thank you. And I want to recognize also those who are from the civil society organizations, Tafadhali, who have been advocating, organizing, challenging, and doing many other things. Please stand up so that we acknowledge your presence. Anybody who is, yeah, I know there is overlap between research, civil society, government, and all. Yes, so a clap for them. Yes, and we have the youth. The youth can be students, can be interns, and can be many others, and I want to acknowledge their presence. Please stand. The youth. If you are below 35, you are youth, even if you are in research. Eh? Yes. So thank you all. And I also want to acknowledge the presence of other visitors who have come and that I have not mentioned. I want to request that you stand up so that we recognize you. We are happy that you came. Tafadhali simama. If you've not stood, please stand now. You can. I will call you others, but you are very important to us. Thank you. Let's give a clap for him. Thank you very much. So I want to say that this year, the seed fair, the seed and food fair, has been organized in such a way that we'll be able to appreciate the diversity of our seed. So we have a whole session that we have allocated to all of us to go and visit the farmers, because it is a challenge if we come here all the 2 days. We've invited them from the coast, from Western, from Rift Valley, from Central, and we don't have time to learn what they have. So we deliberately decided to give this prime time to all of us so that we go hear from the farmers, so that we, the scientists, are not the only ones presenting our opinion and the things that we've learned, even some of them that we've learned from them. So the session, I want to encourage each one of us to go and see the diversity of food, to taste, to experience, and to learn, so that you go back with much more knowledge. So unlike the other event that we had last time, we will not have a session alongside the tour of exhibitions. We've given enough space because we realized that we did not make use of what we had brought from very far, because we were telling people to come back for the panel sessions. So as I request the Deputy Director Crops, Carol, to come, we will have a session of music and dance directed by our senior mentor, the girl child, Dr. Sarah Orebo. And thank you, Madam. And apologies, I think I mixed myself up and I said he. So maybe that's why you didn't come. So thank you, welcome, and we want to thank you for your support through Carol, Gary, and also through Kefis, who have been very supportive. And I want to tell you that we used to say that we have been refused. We've stopped fighting on the streets. Now we talk to one another. The civil society, the research, and the policy makers. Thank you very much. Welcome, Madam. You will tell us your name. I didn't get it very well. Yeah, welcome.
Thank you so much. All protocols observed. I intended to be incognito, but the stereo here. Yeah, so I started with the exhibition. I just wanted to appreciate because this issue of indigenous crops has been very close to my heart, because we've been talking and discussing about it in various places, saying the way to go with climate change now is looking at our traditional crops, because they are more resilient to climate change. They are more resilient when it comes to drought. You'll still find them growing, and so that is where my interest is, because now I'm looking at, in terms of research, we have to begin to focus on the research. I remember recommending to one organization that now, in as much as we are doing a lot of technology development and development of gaps, good agricultural practices, but now we must begin to focus on these crops. So I just wanted to come and see what is happening here, not even to stay. And so that's why I started with the exhibition, because I thought, let me look at the diversity that exists. And I'm very impressed by what is going out there. And so thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to even say something, and to greet you all and to encourage all of us. Let us look at these crops. Let us look at what are the pests, the diseases, what are the challenges around them, so that we can begin to develop interventions that actually can increase their productivity, because some of them, the productivity is still quite low, but we can increase the productivity by focusing on them, because for years we have focused on, like for example, hybrid maize, but what about our finger millets, our pearl millets? What about those sorghums? What about those indigenous crops that we have not really focused on? So it is really time. It is timely. That is where my interest is, and that's why I wanted to just come and see what is happening. So God bless you all. Thank you so much.
Thank you once again. And as we celebrate the day of the girl child, and led by Madam Dr. Sarah Orembo, I'm informed that there is some tea at the exhibition, and we will have the other formal opening session just before the afternoon session, and you will be informed. So this will be time for tour of exhibitions and will be led by Madam Venta and Jeff Kahuho from Peram and from ABN Kenya. So I want to thank, I want us all to give a hand clap to all those who have spoken, and then we will we'll have an opportunity to celebrate the girl child and also the indigenous foods and the culture fair. So it's your time, Kayamba Africa, to guide us, and please relax and relax, stand up, relax and enjoy. And I may request Dr. Wasilwa Lusike to come up here and enjoy the song and show us how to perform it as girls, together with Dr. Orembo. Now that you didn't stand as a scientist, that's your? No. No, I know you enjoy, so I can't punish you with a dance. Yeah, thank you. Kayamba Africa, is your time now.
Systems and their contribution to food and nutrition security. Join us as we celebrate our indigenous seeds, food and heritage this October the 12th, 13th and 14th, 2022 at the National Museums of Kenya, Nairobi, in the build-up to this year's World Food Day to be celebrated on the 17th of October, 2022.
Exchange of biodiversity, and you can see how we are spread out. We have got a lot of biodiversity in the room. The cows were meant to go and get into new ground so that they can produce even more. So for the girl child, we are going to sing Wanamberi, because the girl child is the one that was always associated with the bringing water, going to the flour mill, cooking the food, making, everything that you can think of in the villages. The girl child was doing that. And once we have brought the girl child up, the mama, we are also going to celebrate our mother in Mama Mulai. So the girl child, if you are a young lady, we are your mothers, please come up. We are going to sing Mwanamberi. Mwanamberi. Yes. Yeah. Can you go? Go. Those girls. The girls who are with you. And they're on the other side. Hey.
What we do with the child?
Yes, it's exhibition tour.
Thank you very much, Dr. Olembo. Amfanya kazi mzuri sana. Tumpatie makofi anaposhuka. Na pia our moderator for the first session, Dr. Paris Kariuki, wamefanya kazi mzuri sana. Now, the way wamesema, let us go for tea. According to the program, we are running late, lakini no problem. We shall just catch up. Let us go for the tea. It is being served at the tents, the other side, at the exhibition. So we shall start with the tea first, and then you do the tour for the exhibition. Sawa sawa, tuamuke kama tunaweza. Meanwhile, the DJ, you can be playing some background music ya kutuweka ndani ya Indigenous Seed Affair with other discussion. Let us come back here at 1:45 to see what afute. Please come back after you have once you've taken your tea break and you've done the tour of the exhibition, make sure we are here at 1:45. 1:45. Tusitafutane tafadhali, so that we catch up with the program vile inakwenda.
Mama napoyo mareva ndangwe hana aoko Pascalia hana bene nyimba mama malaika wa horera mama mulaya kiramba Mama mulaya kira baba Mama mulaya kira baba Mama mulaya kira baba Baba mulaya Baba mulaya kira mama Baba mulaya Baba mulaya kira mama Baba mulaya kira mama
For millions of years, the local communities have carefully bred and selected seeds from crops for their subsequent planting seasons. Our communities are well deserved for the development of farmer-managed seed systems with suitable adaptations to varied environmental conditions.
Nini matawi ya pumpkin ukipika inakuanga mzuri tena ina taste vizuri sana. Unachukua mchicha kidogo unachanganya naye.
Bring back the African. Bring back, I say bring back. Africa said bring back the sesame, bring back. Rastaman bring back, slogan bring back. Ian don't forget.
It's important, even as we think about seed system, we think about how to conserve pollinators and to manage them for our own benefit and for biodiversity conservation.
There are various approaches to conservation of genetic resources. You can either conserve which is exceed conservation. So we need to think again, to give some thought on how to ensure that our world plant diversity that is out there, how do we deliberately make deliberate effort to conserve them in situ?
We need food, we need fresh water, wood and fiber. All these we get from biodiversity. Climate regulation, we always complain about, climate is changing, but if we conserve our biodiversity, we're then able to regulate the climate, floods, diseases, water purification, and so on.
Ourselves, we've been working to support the farmer managed seed systems, and you've seen we've made a proposal which we are going to share. It's quite a huge document. On some of the things that we are really concerned about in terms of recognition and how we can ensure quality assurance, issues of phytosanitary in the context of farmer managed systems.
For women to benefit in seed systems, seeds need to be within the reach of women. The seeds may then help women achieve empowerment, but only when women also have access to and control over their inputs, and skills, resources, and decisions.
As we celebrate the women, we also recognize the support the men are giving us in terms of the seed, because even from Dr. Fasil's presentation, it was very clear that the men have some areas that they are strong in, like looking at the spikes, looking at the diversity of the seeds. I was curious to know why the study concluded that women could identify the color better. I referred to my woman. So I completely understand that study, and also looking at the role that the women have really played in the nutrition, because the food we eat, most of them is prepared by the women.
You have the yellow maize, you have the white maize. So when we talk about resilience, farmers conserve at those three levels. But since 1992, we've been documenting what is edible in Kenya. And you can see we have documented 850 species that are edible, half of which are fruits and about a quarter are vegetables. We should promote our traditional vegetables.
The generation that destroys the farmer's seed today is not the generation that pays the price. And that's the problem. But we have to fix it. We have to address it. Organic agriculture, ecological agriculture is very much linked to the seed that we are promoting today.
When you give herbal medicines, you don't subject them to the usual tests, because they have been used by our forefathers and foremothers for generations. But this year's British national formulary. All the medicines that have been manufactured are here, that are approved. All their side effects are here. In case new ones have come, or you observe, we have pages at the back for anybody who observed eyesight effect to write.
I think the PSR, through GIZ, GIZ is the government of Germany bilateral cooperation. They have supported us with some seed funds and has mobilized quite a number of CSOs that are here and others are not here to ensure that we complete the regulation that will now operationalize the Kenya Seed Act 2016 and more specifically to target what was omitted.
So today as we sit in, let's look at the gaps that we have in our regulations at the international level, at the regional level, and at the national level, so as to really look not only today, let's look at tomorrow, and let's look at the future. And when we are looking at every aspect of our regulation, every aspect of issues that affect our production, let's ensure that we are looking at the food, we are looking at the nutrition, and then we are looking also at the commercialization aspect.
Tuko na unga ya uji ya watoto ambayo tumechanganya soybean, amaranth na sorghum, finger millet. Tuko na unga ya ugali, mihogo na sorghum na millet.
Auditorium.